Well, hello, happy Thursday. Thank you for joining us for this unique career spotlight. And I have a very special guest. Oh my God, we have been playing email tag for the past year, 2022, of course. And I have Mary Crozier here who is going to share with us about her unique career spotlight. But first, let me acknowledge all of our great supporters out here. So Julie, and those of you who are watching there live, Terry, thank you. Hi, post your comments for Mary and let us know where you're watching. If you are on LinkedIn or on our Spouse community, we want to be able to send you a shout out. So, but Mary, tell us all about you and your unique career spotlight. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Laura. I'm so excited to share my story because I think, as any typical military spouse, right, we've done a lot of different things over the course of our military spouse careers in trying to find that special something that we're productive, we're finding that career that we want to have, and then we're also helping to provide for our family. So I've done a number of things, but I'm really excited today to talk about when I pivoted to deciding that getting into technology was the path for me. And then I decided to start learning some coding languages, but then quickly realized that there was no clear path to a career, a job. And that was the goal, was to have a career, not just a skill. And I found Salesforce, another military spouse, actually, I know, through Blue Star Families. I think she had learned about it originally, and then when we were in actually Japan, she shared it with me at an event one evening when we were talking about how we were trying to skill up so that we could have a career. And so she shared about this Salesforce thing, and I was like, I think I've stumbled across that while I was doing some work for because I was doing independent consulting work for clients with website development, that sort of thing. And but I didn't know there was training, and I definitely did not realize there was free training for military veterans and military spouses. So I immediately the next day, was messaging her, well, what was this sales thing? And she sent me to what was VetForce. It's now Salesforce Military. Got on their website, picked out a goal, the admin goal, which is where you start, signed up, started my modules, dedicated myself to a module a day, and then after a month was finished, we PCS'd that month. And then I went to a certification class, got certified, and started almost from the get-go as an independent consultant. And continued that, which I expected to actually go and get a career, and I was interviewing, but I decided that because of our obligations, I didn't want something that was full-time where I had to commute to in office. So I was very much looking for something that was part-time and remote. Very hard to find. This is pre-pandemic. Not very hard to find, like impossible to find. And so I became an independent consultant working for other consultants who had extra work. After that, I then continued to do that, continued to build on that. And then eventually I founded my own consultancy. And now I hire military spouses and veterans to help service other veteran service organizations and other nonprofits as well.
Wow. And I'm just going to have to say, you had me at Salesforce. You had me at Salesforce, right? What an incredible way for you to adapt to the free resources that are available out there for our community members. And Salesforce definitely has been in our pathway, in our
Yeah.
visibility, in our community, circulating throughout, you know, I know through Blue Star Families, we had our Salesforce training and cohorts a while back. Then, of course, like you mentioned, Bedforce came through and they took over and they've done all these different training options and pathways. And now it's something different, but it's still out there for military
Mhm.
spouses to engage, to go through the training options
Yeah.
and fully take advantage of all the resources. And the community, I'm sure you can agree, has grown tremendously. The resources, the opportunities for everyone to get support so that they can
Mhm.
actually adapt it into their lifestyle and be able to successfully complete it and go with and run with it. But
Right.
in regards to you and your unique career options, why was this such a good fit for you, Mary, when you were first exploring this opportunity for you?
Yeah, I immediately saw that within the clients I already had, that it was a tool that they could use. So it was a platform I wanted to get to know and know better and have that certification. And then what I learned was that there are many other consultancies out there, right? Like not just working for Salesforce, but there are many consultancies looking for consultants. And there are apps on the Salesforce App Exchange that are also looking for not consultants, but administrators, people who understand Salesforce to be able to talk Salesforce with their clients. And there are there's a wide range of opportunities. You don't have to be super technical to have an opportunity in the Salesforce ecosystem. You could just be client success.
Yeah, and I think that sometimes is where our community sometimes perhaps maybe gets
Right.
the roadblock or we just hit that U-turn and we're like, okay, now where do I go? Because you get embedded into the training, you push yourself through it, but then you start looking for opportunities with very high profile, where they require you X amount of intense,
Yeah.
background history in
Right.
Salesforce and you don't have it, but the fact that you're relating it more to the consultant level and be
Mhm.
able to it feels like it might be more approachable, right?
Yeah, and I think a lot of consultancies, although they used to be, known for asking, junior admin with 5 years of experience, I mean, that's ridiculous. So, I think consultancies have grown a lot too, and that they
Yeah.
know that they also need to play a part in the Salesforce ecosystem in growing the community. And it's partly their responsibility to mentor, provide that mentorship, and to help provide that experience. And so I see that a lot more. There are a lot more opportunities now for junior administrators going into that. There are some part-time opportunities that come up much more often that are remote as well now. So that's a wonderful thing. Um, when I started our consultancy, it was at mid-pandemic.
Right.
We've been in business for a year now, and there were so many changes, and the fact that so many companies and organizations were open to the idea that this was a completely remote um, consultancy, just really we benefited from. So it was great timing for us. Our niche is really that we are part-time, flexible, and team-based. Like think about team teaching.
Yeah.
We are team administrators. We as a team support each other to support our client. And that is very unique in the ecosystem.
I love your model. Thank you. And the fact that you're also supporting other military spouses and allowing them to join you to provide a great customer experience, but continue to build their Salesforce experience as well and
Yeah.
expand their uniqueness into this ecosystem. Now, what tips and trips and everything in between that you can share with everybody about this particular career and making it very unique for them that you can share with other spouses aspiring to maybe do a consultancy track or just Salesforce training in general.
Yeah. Yeah. So for Salesforce training, get on Salesforce Military, set your goal as Salesforce administrator and start knocking off those modules on the trailhead is their their learning platform. But basically, you're going to just start attacking the modules. You know, set a goal, one module or 1 hour a day, and just start knocking them out. Like before you know it, you will be finished. You'll have accomplished that goal, and then when you accomplish that goal, in Salesforce Military, you'll get a free voucher for the certification. And then the hard part really starts because then you have to study for the certification, and it's a tough one, but it's worth it. So take another couple of weeks, study hard, get that certification under your belt, and then come talk to me, or start interviewing. You know, put your name out there, get active on LinkedIn, and make sure everybody knows that you just passed your certification. Other things that I would say to make sure you're up on are your soft skills. You know, if you're a lot of opportunities are client facing, and you want to make sure that you're able to meet with clients, schedule meetings, that sort of thing. Excel, you know, work on your Excel skills. As much as we are trying, you know, we try to replace with Salesforce and have all the data and reports in Salesforce, you still need to be able to manipulate your data in Excel. So work on those Excel skills. And then just project management is also another good thing to have under your belt.
Great. So I'm writing notes. Definitely Salesforce. I mean, Excel is the one that I need to revisit. And there's some great opportunities throughout our, obviously on LinkedIn Learning. It has some
Yeah,
great Excel tutorials out there. And there's
yeah,
Mr. Excel, I think there's a huge YouTuber that gives you self-paced Excel.
yeah,
And then of course, the other thing, the main thing, which always works is just get on it and start creating your own Excel sheets and practicing, practice, practice,
exactly.
practice. Yeah. Wonderful.
Exactly. And you don't have to be a master. You just need to have some basic skills. Once you have the basic skills, and then an ability to Google, you're off and running.
Wonderful. Thank you. So I'm taking notes, Mary, and doing my list for Salesforce achievement as well, because I've been stuck in there for almost since 2018. I'm ashamed to say that I've never completed the
Yep.
training because I didn't advance. I got stuck in one of the tutorials or one of the projects, and I just never passed that. So I'm going to go back and take your learning opportunities and suggestions so I can get back and get active again. Now, what's next for you? How can we all support you and connect with you as well?
Yeah. So connect with me on LinkedIn for sure. If you're in Salesforce Military, I also founded the Salesforce Military MilSpouse Trailblazer group. So we have that group within that community, and then also on LinkedIn, it piggybacks there. So you have to be part of the Salesforce Military community to be in there. But make sure you join both. And then, you know, just keep a lot, you know, track what we're doing, keep up with us. Client Cloud Care on LinkedIn. Check us out and follow along.
Wonderful. And yes, and that is always, such a great way for anyone who is motivated to go into the Salesforce path, because I know we shared multiple times different options for individuals to engage, and they've asked, but definitely following up with you directly on LinkedIn in any of those groups, and just staying connected. That's the best way to navigate
Networking.
and continue to get the support and the networking. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Mary, for your time. I know that you are a busy woman and your business is taking off, and your team, you continue to build with lots of all the military spouses and bringing them on board. We thank you so much for all of that support for our community. And yeah, thank you for sharing your unique career with us and taking the time to do so.
Thanks so much, Laura.
Have a good one.
You too.